I'm Kate here with Megan Khang. After her first round at the LPGA Drive On Championship, what a start you got off to today. What'd you eat this morning for breakfast? How'd you get off to such a great 3-birdie streak right away?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of funny. On number 10, I hit a good shot in, probably to about 3 feet. Nervously knocked it in. It's always the first hole nerves. And then I kind of told Jack, I had a bad dream. I was like, yeah, I woke up kind of freaking out about putting. And he was like, oh, gosh. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get out there. And then, funny enough, the next 2 holes made some pretty long birdie putts. And Jack was like, bad dreams. What are bad dreams? And I was like, you're right. Let's go out there and kill it. And, was able to hit some really good shots out there, make some good putts, good shots. And obviously, left a few out there. But, it leaves room for improvement for the next few days.
Yeah, what would you say the best part of your game was? Was it that putting? I also see you hit every fairway today, so really on top of that.
I mean, I would say ball striking was really well up there. I think we did a very good job on course management. I mean, you get out here and you see how kind of firm these greens can be, and you kind of have to play for, I guess, the fat part of the green and just try to give yourself the best opportunity for birdie. And that's kind of what we did, and I think that's the game plan we're going to try to stick with throughout the week. And, stay patient out there, because I think these greens are rolling so pure that if you trust yourself and give yourself good chances, they're going to do what you want.
Mm-hmm. How important is course management? What are you seeing out there on this course? I know some players say it's tricky, so how big is that? What are you seeing out there?
I mean, it's definitely tricky. I know some of the longer hitters can probably shortcut some of the corners or carry some of the bunkers. I'm not one of those, but I think, being able to try and trust yourself and what your capability gives you the chance to take a little tighter lines here and there. And I think for me, once I accept, hey, I'm going to have a little longer club in, it's not that huge of a deal. And, I'm good enough of a player to manage myself out there. And so just try to stay confident within myself and try to execute the best I can.
This is your first start here in the States. How excited are you to be back home in the U.S. and sort of get into the real swing of things as the season sort of starts for you?
No, definitely. I mean, it's an ongoing joke with my boyfriend and I. I think I posted a picture at the start of the season last year, and I was like, time to get back into the swing of things. And it's literally all he says to me. Obviously, going out in Asia, it was really fun. No cuts are a little easier on the pressure, but coming back in the States, I'm ready to get after it, have the season really start, and see what this year holds for me.
Mm-hmm. This is a big year. It's a Solheim year. How big of a goal is that for you, just as you looking at the standings and getting ready for that, hopefully?
I've said this before in years prior to Solheim, before even making Solheim my first time. If I do my job out there on the golf course week in and week out, and I try to get the win, essentially everyone goes out here and tries to get the win. Only one person can get it. But, if I do my job, everything else will follow. And, as hard as it is, I try to ignore the points, because it is a huge year. It's double the points, and it also counts for next year's Solheim. Mm-hmm. And so I think golf is stressful enough. And as long as I try not to put an added pressure on that, I can play my best and do my best and hopefully try to make that team.
Mm-hmm. Adding to that, just how gratifying is it then to come have a great first round like you did today? How are you looking to keep up this momentum, and just not even today? I know this is just one round of many, but into this season, into, like you said, doing what you came out here to do.
No, definitely. I mean, the off season was longer than usual for some of us. I was lucky enough to play in Thailand, Singapore, but with having those 2 weeks off at home and coming back out and kind of seeing that, hey, the game's there, it's satisfying or gratifying that the work that my dad and I have kind of put in those 2 weeks and the months prior are kind of paying off, and it's showing. So, I mean, it's essentially the first day of the whole season in the States, and it's something that we're just going to have to keep working and growing on. And I mean, I'm a huge Patriots fan, and it's always saying their saying is always the job's not done.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.